Hi, and very good afternoon to you. It's Gene from Mavstar. Guys, it's the latest magnetic pole position day, and we have already put that video live on the Patreon. So if you want to go over there, if you really want to see twice a month where the magnetic North Pole is, because let's be sure and honest, the mainstream organisations aren't giving it you. In fact, they're trying to shut down small little operations like ours, our little observatory, our dedicated website. They want to shut it down because they want to remain the gatekeepers of this information. Now, I have been honest with you guys. I said back in October we saw a noticeable decline. We don't know whether that was the dirty business that YouTube gets up to in censoring, information now direct from, the dark state. And it does exist, let's face it. It's no longer conspiracy. Even Donald Trump talks about the dark and deep state. We're talking about the IMF, the World Health Organization, organisations like the United Nations, the European Union, that are all in the business of killing people. Let's face it. That's what they do. They support war. They fund war. They lobby for war and murder instead of peace, and then they push CO2 as a cause of global warming. It's unbelievable. As Robert Watkins was saying the other day, we have had one of the coldest Mays, the month of May, for a long period of time, and yet they're saying it's global warming still. Can you believe the audacity? I know as well as you do, occasionally they use the term now, climate change, because that's a little bit less direct, isn't it? Because look, let's face it, if it was global warming, why have we still got ice caps? Al Gore promised them would be gone by 2015. They're still there. We're still in a ice age, but we're not in a glacial period yet. But we are at the end of the Milankovitch cycle, which puts us back into a glacial period, from an interglacial that we've enjoyed for the last 12 to 15,000 years, back into a glacial period where the northern hemisphere is almost impossible for farmers to grow crops in because it is covered simply in ice and snow, hence a glacial period. Those last 90,000 years. I want to ask you a question. Do you think humanity is ready for that? If we pass the thermocline in the next few years, do you think we could cope with try and support and feed 8 billion people in this world with just the tropics regions? What do you think? I think you're probably thinking along the same lines as me, is that a lot of people are going to have to go without. So, what I'm saying, guys, if you want to be a supporter of the truth, and it should be clear as day that we've been attacked by not just YouTube, but by the deep state in themselves, trying to shut up little operations like ours, our little observatory, that's dedicated to an anomaly that's real, which even they admit is real. Then there's a link down there, and I've promised that if a few more people use the PayPal, we can bring it back for the 50,000 subscribers. But I want to say this, I'm not stupid, and a lot of us are not stupid. We know that 50,000 people, out of those, we could get more than a handful to chip in a few bucks for the rest of all of them. But it's a struggle. I did a video the other day and I said if anyone wants to donate a couple of bucks, I would mention the name. One person within that short space of time, from about 12 o'clock on the afternoon till 7 o'clock on the evening, had made one donation of $5. This is the state of things. We are seeing this all too often. The few do the hard work for the many. It's really sad that, at a time like now, and, what we're facing and what we're seeing going on all around the world, you would think we would have learned at this point that it is better to support and stick together with each other, because we have clear enemies against humanity in this day and age. And the only way we are going to prosper, and if you think otherwise, check to see if you've got a pulse still in your arm and your heart still beats. The only way to do it, to beat them, is by staying together. There is no other way. So anyhow, I'm not going to go on, guys. You know, if you're interested in the data and you don't want to use PayPal, then join us on Patreon. We've got 185 people over there that are doing that. It only costs you $5. Tell me, what could you do with $5 that is more important than what is going on with your world? And we also do not just the pole positionings twice a month on Patreon. We also do Earth Alpha at a Glance, where we look at everything else: CO2, oxygen levels, volcanic activity, the latest 24-hour largest magnitude earthquakes, and a lot of other things. And we've dedicated this website for you guys, and you can go along and have a look at the TriMag data for free, and you can see or get an idea as to what's going on with the magnetic North Pole. It's been updated again for you guys today, but I can't obviously give everything away free when nobody or very few people are supporting, because I would never have got to the point where I would only put the data on Patreon if we hadn't genuinely run to such low levels of funding. So it's entirely up to you guys. It's not compulsory and it's not mandatory, but it does help our observatory when people do chip in a few bucks. And I just want to say big thank you for just a couple of them that I have over the last few days. You know, one thing should be noted about the time I've been doing this is that I am very grateful, even if we've only got a few people supporting. Whilst, you know, we have 58,000 subscribed to the YouTube channel. It would be amazing if we could just get a few more people on board supporting us. Guys, I can't keep you anymore from your family. I want to wish you one thing, you know, like I always do. You take care of your loved ones. And, you know, I'm going to say what I usually do. Bye for now.